All right, hey guys, how's it going? Good morning. It's Robert Syslo here. So, I want to talk to you a little bit about overcoming a setback and what I do to overcome those setbacks. And it's a really interesting thing because I'm going through one right now. Last Wednesday, good old Hurricane Lee came into town. And, I have been training for the last 2.5 years on surfing. And I work out 6 days a week on really becoming a lot more efficient and effective at, being good at surfing. It's a very strenuous sport. Anyway, so I decided to get up really early, 3 a.m. with my buddy. We drove up north to Satellite Beach. That's a 3-hour drive from Miami. And what ended up happening was we had a great first surf session. Everything was going good, but I was on a new board. The waves were a lot bigger than I had anticipated. They were about 6 to 8 feet. I'm 5'9", so 6 is probably about here, and then 8, big waves. Anyway, so what proceeded to happen, we went to another spot, and when we went to this spot, they were even bigger. And I was really excited, and I was hesitant. I should have trusted my instinct and taken my other board, but I didn't. I took my new board, which wasn't really made for these waves, but I thought I could get on the wave earlier because it was a bigger board. That resulted in me catching a wave that I fell from the top down into the water. And those of you that surf, waves move like this. So the water picked me up. My board was here, flipped over, and the fins were there. And I landed on my left leg, which in turn sliced my leg wide open. I got a nice cut here right now with about 10 staples and internal stitching. So when I fell, I didn't feel anything. It just felt like I hit something. And I reached down and I touched my leg and I was like, oh my God, my leg is open. This is wide open. So I'm about 100 yards out in the ocean. The waves are still breaking on me, right? And what do? I realize I have to try to get back. So I'm basically holding this wound closed in salt water and swimming with these two, this arm and this, and just keeping myself flotation. I managed to get all the way back to the beach, got out, looked at it, and I was like, that's really bad news right there. This does not look good at all. Let's just say, if you've ever wanted to look at your quad internally, that's what I saw. It wasn't that nice. So I ended up going to the ER, got stapled up, stitched up, and I've basically been out of commission since last Wednesday. Now, the setback was really depressing for me because I am an athlete. I train. I like to perform. I move quick. I like athleticism. But I had to rehab this thing now. So for the next 2 days, I barely could walk. I was on crutches, but I said, you know what? I'm going to be off crutches in 2 days, and I'm going to be totally ready, able to walk within a week. And that's what I did. I put the body to rest, but I also made it work. And the only reason that I was able to make this happen so fast, I'm basically, I still have the bandages, the staples are still in right now. They're going to come out in a few days. But, I can take the full weight of my body, which I couldn't do. Now, the only reason why I was able to do this was because I trained. My body was used to pain. It was used to hard situations. It was used to it. And so when this happened, it was like, oh, okay, we're just going to handle this. Now, in the moment, and this is really important for business owners or anybody in marketing, and I didn't even know I had the capacity to do this, I broke everything down into steps. It wasn't a panic. I didn't really experience fear until I sat down and I saw how bad it was. But up to that point, it became a step game for me. I didn't scream, I didn't cry, I didn't yell. My buddy that came over, paddled to me, he's like, bro, I had no idea that something was wrong with you. You're so calm. And in my mind, I was just getting hysterical about the size of this cut right now, this laceration, is really gonna do nothing to drive me forward. So what I did is I broke it down into steps. And I said, what's step one? Step one, I have to get back to the shore. How am I gonna do that? Well, I still have my board. I can paddle with this arm, and I'm just slightly in enough where waves aren't gonna totally break on my back, but they'll help push me in. So I dove under a couple of waves and then got back. The next step was, okay, keep sand out of the cut. So whenever you go to the ocean, you know, right at the entrance, it's really turbulent, a lot of sand, water. Keeping this closed and holding it closed, I got out with no sand in it, thank God. Then it became, get up the beach to the steps. Okay, I got up the beach to the steps, then it was, call an ambulance, get to the hospital. Good, did that, good. In the ambulance, okay, what are we gonna do? Well, we're gonna do X, Y, and Z. Okay, good. Get to the hospital. Okay, what are we gonna do? We're gonna do X, Y, and Z. Good, okay. All right, now I have to get home. I'm 3 hours away. It took 4 hours away. I don't have my pain medication. I don't have anything. How am I gonna get through this? You're just gonna have to get through it. Okay, get home. So everything got broken down into steps, and I realized, wow, this is how I apply to everything in my life. Whether there's a problem, a situation, or something that just doesn't go the way that I expect, the thing that I do is I turn it into steps, because that's the only way I can handle it. Yes, do I have a desired outcome that I want to achieve? Absolutely. Do I want to try to get through this as fast as possible? Absolutely. But in order to get through it as fast as possible, I have to break it down into actionable steps that I can take. And so the setback wasn't really a setback as much as it was, okay, here's another situation we just have to solve. And when I changed that mindset, it alleviated the depression and the fear and the feeling bad about myself that I did experience somewhat. You know, I want to work out. I'm giving it a break till Monday, but I'm like, bro, I want to go lift. I want to go in the ocean. And of course, you know, days that ensued after that swell that came through, we had beautiful surf here in Miami. And I was like, well, I can't go in the ocean. But if I break it down into steps and keep my mind focused and trained and use all that training, that's the only way that you are prepared to overcome a setback. And I'm actually really glad that in a way that it happened. I wasn't even upset that I cut myself because I was charging. I was going after these waves. It wasn't that I wasn't afraid of them. Because normally in the past, maybe 2 years ago, I'd been like terrified to even try to get out there. Seeing a 200-yard long, 8-foot wall of water would have freaked me out. But I've also exposed myself to big waves. I've gone to Costa Rica, I've gone to Nicaragua, I've gone to Australia, I've gone to the Maldives twice and exposed myself to harder situations so I mentally could prepare myself. So really, what is the point of this video? This video is a little bit more motivation based, but I wanted to share with you how I'm coping with it and where I am right now. You know, I could probably go surf if I wanted to at the moment, but I'm gonna let the body really heal up the way that it needs to. And that's the other side of it. During a setback, you have to let certain things go through what they need to go through in order to achieve that next step. So it's a blend of patience and a blend of activity. You know, putting pressure on this leg, using this leg, not being a victim, not letting it atrophy, but really using it, because I'm gonna have to use it. I don't wanna be like, dude, you can't do this. It needs to be used. So even if you're experiencing a handicap in a setback, don't play the victim on it and say, I have to wait. No, do some activity on it, even if you can't get to the end result. So I hope this video kind of gives you some insight and some inspiration into me. I hope you like it. Like, comment, subscribe, and share. See you in the next video. Hey guys, thanks for dropping by and subscribing to my channel. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. We're trying to grow this thing and help as many people as we possibly can. Look, we've got programs for everyone, okay? We've got our 90-day content accelerator program where we fly out to you and shoot 90 days worth of content in 4 to 6 hours. We edit all that content, and then we do the social media posting on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter, TikTok, YouTube, manage your advertising campaigns, your email campaigns, build you a fully functional website with a full funnel, everything you need in a box. We have our Content Accelerator Catalyst program, which is a beefed up version of the Content Accelerator, which is 1 year worth of content, a custom CRM. You know, we're talking 1,200 photos, 240 videos, 240 reels, 1,200 photos, 800 graphics, 90, like every social media platform managed, custom CRM website development. We do individual monthly packages. We've got training programs on sales for advertising. We've got creativity training programs. We have marketing training programs, social media training programs, and we do web design. So if you're looking for something on the digital front, me and my team here at Syslo Ventures can help you. I appreciate you subscribing today. Please come on back. If there's anything I can do to help you, please feel free to reach out. Check us out at sysloventures.com. Look forward to seeing you in our next piece of content. Thank you.